So what's up guys, Nick Rapazzi here and welcome to the Paradise C6 YouTube channel. So today we are gonna finish up this project there. We got, it's been kind of sitting for like 2 days because it's been raining, crappy weather. And in between the crappy weather, I have been setting up everything over there to start building the garage this weekend. So most of that stuff will be going up and I'll have a separate video on what's going on with all of that and the process of going through that. But let's get into the boxes that are here right now. So these are the rear quarter panels that I ordered, and that is the quarter panel install kit. So let's unbox this and show you guys exactly what is in it. Let me set you guys up here so you can actually see. We'll get these two out and I'll show you the exact thing and what the quality is of these. Super happy with how these turned out. All right, so here's the two fenders. As you can see, this is the driver's side with the gas door opening and everything. And here is the passenger side. And now I can't speak for how the OEM ones come, but with these, you have to drill out these holes for this is where all the screws are for everything. So I'm gonna get a drill bit, drill them out smaller than they actually are. If I need to go bigger for alignment issues, then I'll do alignment. But for what I paid for these were, I want to say, almost 50% cheaper than what the OEM ones would cost. And honestly, they're great quality. I couldn't even, I can't tell you from experience because I haven't seen any OEM fenders or quarter panels off the car, but honestly, these are absolutely perfect. There's no like blemishes, and of course I got a little scratches from like shipping and stuff. That's expected when I do a little bit of body work to get these things perfect. But for the most part, just stock. If this was a white car, honestly, you probably wouldn't even have to paint it. But let's get to let me unbox all this. There's a lot of stuff in there, and then I'll go through everything that's in the install kit. These are the inner fender holders that go in the back that I showed you guys in the last video that I unscrewed. So let me get this open and then we'll go over all the install stuff that comes with it as well. All right guys, so we have everything out of the box. Here are the two inner fender liners, which, you know, we're going wider, so you have to have wider inner fender liners. Also in the install kit, the mud flaps for each side, and all of this is GM stuff. They don't make this stuff. They just straight up order it and offer it as a package. And I didn't want to try and source each thing and then worry about shipping of each one, so I just bought the whole kit to install it. These are, so they have the inner scoops for the side and the outer, the one that you're going to see on the outside. Also, which is real nice because I thought I was going to have to try and reuse the old ones, is these are the weather stripping that goes along right here, that goes against the back of the hatch there. So I'm glad that it came with this as well. I didn't know if it was going to come with this. And then here are the Z06 brake ducts. It moves the brakes to get more flow, because this basically attaches right to here, which comes here and then cools your brakes. That's where the brake cooling comes from on the Z06, if none of you guys knew. But yeah, so let me get you guys set up. Let's test fit these, and maybe I'll do like a time lapse of me putting these on just to test fit them and see what they look like. And then we'll get to getting the drill out, which I got right here. I bought new bits, and then we'll drill out all these holes and get these actually installed completely. All right guys, so we have the fenders on, and just for like a test fitment, it's looking pretty good. Like I don't really have to do too much crazy work. It is a little bit like high, like if you look at this, kind of coming up high, but that's because this is pushed out and back, so it's pulling this down. So once we get the holes drilled out right here for these two screws in that bracket, that, or 2 bolts in that bracket that go right here, it'll hold a lot better. So I'm fairly happy with the way everything's sitting as it is, without even doing any adjustments or cutting or moving anything around it at all. So this is good. It's a good starting point, and I'm real happy with these being aftermarket. A lot of people say just buy OEM, but for what I paid for the entire conversion, it would have just costed you just to get the fender. So it is a lot cheaper, but you got to put a little bit more work into this kind of stuff. So let me pull these back off. We're gonna drill out all the holes for all the mounting stuff, and then we'll get this test fitted back again, and maybe try to get some bolts in and see how it holds up, and start moving things around to adjust it, and then we'll get the fenders and all in there. So super excited. This looks like it's going to be a fairly easy install. I was afraid that things were going to be all over the place, not a whack, but these are quality fenders, and super excited. We do have the new wheels and tires inside that I'll get mounted during the week. It's gonna be a little bit of a slower process working on getting the wide body done, just because I'm doing this in between working on the garage. So this whole weekend's gonna be pretty much garage, so we'll get as much done as we can today on this, and then we'll get back to it when we can. So let me pull these off. We'll get some holes drilled, and then test fit them again. All right, guys, so we have all the holes drilled. I used it's a 13/64 drill bit. It seemed to be right around the same size as the impression holes that were here. If I do have to go get a little bit bigger to adjust them, I will. I did forget to drill one hole, which is right here, that goes in the back. So let's drill that on both of them, and then we'll test fit these again and see if all the holes line up, if I have to adjust anything from there. See, is this a dimple? Yeah, so I don't know if you can pick it up on camera, but each one had like a dimple thing like that, and that's what I've been drilling out. So let me set you guys down, and we'll drill that out. Well, you guys went a little bit flying, but got one more to do right here. It's got a little dimple as well. See, this one's a little bit more like the other ones where it's just a impression on it. So and that's that. So I'll show you guys again once we test fit them, and see if all the holes line up, if I have to adjust any of those, and then hopefully everything goes well and we can bolt this thing up. All right, guys, now that we have all the holes drilled out and everything's sitting a little bit better, this that body gap that I was telling you guys I was afraid of is pretty much non-existent anymore. It's nice and smooth right across. Everything else is fitting well. All the holes are lining up where they're supposed to. You can see where they're supposed to bolt in down there. So I think what I'm going to do next is, I did have to, these ones inside here, so there's these 2 screws that are sitting out right here, and they're slightly bigger than the rest of everything else. So I did have to drill out the holes a little bit bigger, which I'm probably gonna have to do with the ones up here as well for the bracket that's chilling right over there with the bolts. But once I drilled them out, and you kind of gotta shove this thing back and forth to get it to go in, but then once it fits together, everything just lines up perfectly. So this is super cool, super simple and easy. Let's get the other one on. I'm gonna get some bolts in, and then we're gonna start on the install on the fender liners. All right, guys, so we have everything fitted in. All the bolts are tightened down on the side. Everything's fitting up. I checked the fitment of the door and the trunk lid. As you can see, everything lines up as it should. I'm not gonna close all the way because I'm still gonna get to all the stuff in the back. So forewarning on this for you guys, if you guys are going to do this install as well, this is the same thing I said before. Those inner bolts that are in there, just make those slightly bigger to give you more adjustment. I was getting hung up on the top 2, the ones that you had to do from the inside of here, that one and that one. The spacing was just slightly off because the holes were just small enough to where that the bolts were threading into the fiberglass itself. So once I took it back off, drilled out the holes a little bit bigger, everything went together real smooth. But the 1364 was perfect for all of these. Everything lined up perfectly, and a lot of that has to do with this just being a quality fender itself. So the next thing that we're gonna do is get the fender liner put in, and the brake duct stuff. I think I've never taken this apart before, but I'm pretty sure I got to get the plastic piece that goes here, install the brake cooler in, and then put the fender liner in. So I got the two plastic pieces here, and from the looks of it, it looks like it just sits right in here like this, and then this has clips on each side and just pops in. So let me put you guys down real quick, and we'll get this part installed right here. There's any way to do this, put this place down. All right, put you guys down here. I don't even know if you guys can see that, but I'll show you guys after it's clipped in and installed here. Looks like I got the wrong side. So for these, they got right and left, and I'm trying to put this in, and it's actually supposed to sit this way, so I need to grab the other one. See if these are actually labeled. Yeah, right side brake. So my fault for not actually reading any of the labels, but it's all test and fit here. I never really look at instructions. I try to just jump into stuff. So put this guy down here, pop this into place, and I'll show you guys after it's done. All right, so that's it. It just clips in. This thing is solid, it's not going anywhere, and that's basically what feeds into your brake. So I'm gonna grab the brake piece, I'll install that. It's kind of hard for me to show you guys this while I'm the only person here trying to hold the camera and do that stuff. So let me get it installed, and I'll show you guys how I actually got it to put in. So all right guys, so we have everything installed, everything's put in, all the inner fender liner in. It's got let's see, 1 2 3 4 5 bolts right here. They're 7 mil. This is clipped on. I don't know if you saw, they weren't cut out. I used the drill and just drilled a couple holes and then just angled it down and put that in. This up here is double-sided taped. I still have to get the black plastic pieces. I showed you guys in the last video that I bought a whole new box of all the stuff. I'm gonna put that on here, get that buttoned up. But yeah, for being an aftermarket fender, the way this thing sits, it's freaking awesome. I'm super excited about this, and I'm gonna time lapse the other side, and then I'll show you guys the full thing put together at the end. It is getting dark, so that's why I'm going to just time lapse to get it done quick without explaining stuff, so you can see. And again, if you guys have any questions on the install or anything with this, or where I got it from, just shoot me a comment down below. But yeah, this is super simple, and if I just had this painted, you wouldn't even be able to tell that it was aftermarket. So all right, let me set you guys up on the other side. We'll time lapse the other side, get it done, and then show you the finished product. right guys, so as you see, we got everything hooked up. I still got to put the bottom plastic pieces in, but I'll do that after. Just wanted to show you guys the last few things before I wrap up the video. It got the lights that go on the side. There's just a plastic piece, but I did get these new tail lights by I think it's Mishimoto or some shit. They're the halo with the red. I didn't want to get smoked out tail lights again. Just want to go with a little something different, especially when I do the new paint scheme. So we are going to get these installed. They should be just a plug and play to what I have in there. So let's get these in, and then we'll put this thing on the ground, and I'll show you exactly what everything looks like. All right guys, so we have everything installed, and I'm super happy with the way this thing looks. I cannot wait to get the tires on. But here it is on the ground. It's so much wider. I wish it was a little bit brighter out. But as you can see, you can't even see the wheels. They're sunken in. It's about 3 inches. So if I put my hand on the wheel, you can see, you can't even see anything. It's so much wider from the back. And those are the new tail lights that are installed. I love the way that these things look. I was kind of nervous with the concave in the middle, but now actually seeing them in person, they look amazing on the car. So I guess the next thing that we'll do is probably during the week we'll rip the front apart and get the front bumper, front fenders on, and then during the week sometime I'll get the wheels mounted so we don't look crazy like this. And then pretty much this whole front end will be for sale. I still gotta get the new headlights. These are all crusted over. I haven't cleaned them since I took the yellow vinyl wrap. The vinyl wrap's still on the bottom ones. I'm actually not even gonna bother taking these off. I'm gonna buy new ones because they're like 60 bucks a piece, and I'd rather just have the whole front end look brand new with all new lighting and everything, and get ready for the new paint job. That's why I'm rushing to get the garage done, because I'm gonna set up a paint booth in there and start painting things too, because I want to paint this, I want to paint the Bronco, and just get into stuff like that as well too, if you guys want to see stuff like that. So, but super excited. I highly recommend these panels to anyone. I've done nothing but bolt these things on, and they look amazing. They still need a little bit of fitment work. If you look at the door, it's a little bit too high for me right there, which I can push this down and tighten things and move things around to get things to work out perfectly. But I still have to sand these, do a little body filler. Is it this one? No, I think it's this one over here. It's got this little indent right in here. That's like the only thing I really noticed. But once I sand this and get a little body filler in there, this thing will look perfect. But other than this little spot right here, honestly, these panels are perfect, and I'm super excited. I'm all dirty. I got to clean up, let the dogs out, and go to the gym before it gets too late here. But yeah, that's it installed. Everything's on there. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. It was a little bit less of me talking and me just fitting things, and if you've seen in the time lapse, the stuff doesn't fit exactly perfect, and you gotta mess with it, move things around, get things to work out. But at the end of the day, like, you'll love the results. I wish I did this a long time ago, because the car is going to look completely different, especially when the front end's done. But we will end the video there. If you liked the video, please give it a big thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe, and I will talk to you all later. Peace.